First of all, thank you so much for clicking on my video today. I'm going to be showing you some meal prep that I did for this week's lunch and dinners, and of course I'll link the recipes down below. Firstly, I'm going to show you how to make turkey taco bowls. You're going to need a pound of minced turkey. I've got a 36-ounce one here, but I'm just going to split it up and then I'll freeze the rest for later. I also use this brown basmati rice, or you could just use brown rice. This is just the brown rice that they had at Trader Joe's. I'm then using this enchilada mix, but you can use a taco mix. This is just something I had in my cupboard, but you could just buy whatever you want, some kind of powder mix to go with it, or you could even make your own kind of taco mix. You'll need about half a red onion. I added the bell pepper just because it needed using, so this is optional. 1 jalapeno, a pack of tomatoes, I used little grape tomatoes, and then a lime for zesting and juicing. 1 can of corn. I'm going to get started by popping 2 cups of rice into my rice cooker. I'm then going to zest the lime into it, and then add a little bit of salt to the water. Once I've added that, I'm gonna set my cooker to brown rice and then cook. I absolutely love having a rice cooker. I've got the Sanyo brand one, but Zojirushi is also an excellent Japanese brand. I'm gonna leave a little link in the description box to Zojirushi one that I found on Amazon. This is the other half of the turkey. I'm just gonna pop that in the freezer. I'm heating up some oil in my pan. Once the oil's heated up, I'm then going to add in the mince. Start by breaking the mince all apart and just letting it brown a little bit. I like to add my seasoning once the mince isn't pink anymore, just so I know that the mince is properly cooked through before I add some sort of colouring to it. While the mince is cooking, you can start making your pico de gallo, chop up your red onion. I could have chopped it a bit more finely, but I just was trying to get things done. Then grab your tomatoes. I'm quartering mine, so you can leave them in halves or quarters, whatever you like. I didn't use all the tomatoes. I probably used about half of them. Next up, de-seed your jalapeno and chop it into small pieces. Whenever I use jalapenos, I feel like the spice of them can really vary, so I always do like to try a little bit of the jalapeno before I put it in my dish, because sometimes they can be super spicy, and then other times they can be really mild and you wouldn't even know that you had a jalapeno in it, because there's nothing worse than ruining a dish with it being too spicy. Doesn't that look absolutely gorgeous? Give that a little mix. We're just gonna add a little squeeze of the lime in here, really give it some yummy flavour. And just about 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt as well. And then mix it all together and you've got your pico de gallo waiting for you. Wow, that looks delish. Next, start cutting up your pepper. I'm just cutting mine into kind of chunks, and then I'm gonna mix this with the corn to make another kind of side to go with the bowl. We just want it to be really super colourful. Now everything's cooked. I've got my rice, I've got my turkey mince, I've got my corn and orange pepper, my pico de gallo. I'm also going to add in a little bit of house greens or spring greens, just as an additional bit of veg. Had it in the fridge, needs using, so why not? To plate it up, I put the brown rice on about 1/4 to 1/3 of the glass container. I then added the bed of salad. On top of that, I threw the pico de gallo, the turkey, and then the corn and pepper. It just makes such a lovely looking dish, something really nice to look forward to, and I think that's really important when you're meal prepping, to make something, or even when you cook in general, just to make something that's very visually appealing. Hello and welcome back to another Cooking with Holly. Sorry. Anyway, I always feel like I'm on a cooking show when I do this. Right, let's get cracking. So, first things first, let's wash our hands. And then I'm gonna wash the broccoli. Once I've washed the broccoli, we can then get cracking. Broccoli's been a bit expensive recently, hasn't it? Ugh. Ugh. Can't stop thinking about that silhouette challenge that I'm seeing all over Instagram. If you're not on Instagram, or if you are on Instagram, you should check me out on there. Haven't done the silhouette challenge, but anyway, so I'm going to, first of all, line my pan with tin foil. I could wash up the pan, but at this point I'm all about a life of convenience. Let's grab our knife and we're going to just chop off this bit, and then we're also going to chop off the end bit here. So I wasn't ready to be on camera yesterday because, oh, welcome back. This is the second installment, day 2 of meal planning, meal prepping for the week, as if it ever really ends once you've done it one time for 1 week. But I've washed my hair this morning, so I'm feeling a bit more camera presentable, so here I am. Anyway, yesterday you saw me make turkey bowls. Absolutely delicious. I was quite surprised. I was worried it was going to be a bit skank, but it ended up being pretty delish, which is obviously a bonus. I added some chili sauce to mine because I think that just, you know, it's just nice to have a little bit of extra flavour. I also got the bowls out once I got home from taking the kids to school this morning. So I got them out of the fridge around 9:30, so they had a chance to come up to room temperature, which I think really helped, because I don't like, you know, my husband, he came down, he was like, oh, it's cold, shall I heat it up? And we didn't actually end up needing to heat it up. Well, number one, I'd already put the tomatoes in, so you wouldn't want to heat it up. But number two, it's just nice to kind of have it. It was nice having it at room temperature is what I'm saying. So if you do that, you don't need to heat them up, just get them out of the fridge a couple of hours before you want to eat it. And then it's actually pretty good to eat like that. Today, what I'm planning on doing, so I'm meal prepping our dinners for the next couple of nights. I'm making chicken thigh. So I've got some chicken thighs in the fridge. They're already marinated. So I just am gonna whack those on the barbecue tonight and cook them. So once the kids get back from school, I'll probably start cooking around then. And then, see, I was saving this because I do normally eat the stems when I boil them up, but I don't think they're gonna actually be very good roasted. Anyway, so chicken thigh, whack it on the barbie. It's so simple. Literally, I've been a fool this whole time that I've been cooking. So 30 odd years of my life. I have a thermometer, but I'd never really thought to use it. I thought thermometers were for weaklings, so I just hadn't used it. I always thought I was hardcore and I could just tell if stuff was cooked by looking at it. Turns out you cannot do that, and you do have a tendency to overcook things. Because since I have been using the thermometer to check on the meat temperature when I'm cooking it, especially on the barbecue, especially with chicken, oh my gosh, the chicken has come out so amazing. In fact, I hadn't even barbecued chicken before recently because I was always scared that it was just going to come out horrible and dry. But look at me now, Martha Stewart, or Delia Cook, whichever's your Delia Cook, Delia Smith. You know who I'm talking about. Anyway, so we've got our broccoli prepped. I'm just going to add some extra virgin olive oil onto it. Maybe a bit of S&P. So I think we just do it like this. Nice healthy swab of olive oil. And then I'm gonna turn it over. Just kind of mix it in. And then we're gonna pop this into the oven at about 425 for about 15 to 20 minutes until it gets kind of charred and soft. Should be delish. This is gonna go in our meal prep food boxes. I hope I haven't cut it too big that it doesn't fit in my thing, but it should. Anyway, and then along with that, so we've got chicken, we're gonna have broccoli. I'm gonna cook another batch of brown rice. Yesterday I was being silly. I was trying to follow the directions of the other thing, but I hadn't really thought ahead to to tonight of what we were going to eat with tonight's dinner. So, c'est la vie. I'm going to get this in. Whew. My broccoli came out pretty nice. I've got the nice kind of browny, crispy bits on. That all adds flavour, should be delish. My husband is just outside doing the chicken now so that I can get on and just plate up the other stuff. I am going to add a bit of salad, so like a bed of salad underneath. So it's going to have rice, then the salad, or you know, just lettuce, then the broccoli, and then I'm going to add the chicken once it's grilling. We're also going to be eating it for dinner tonight. So I'm only meal prepping 4 bowls. As you can hear, I've also got the kids back from school now. I'm only meal prepping 4 bowls because we're going to be eating obviously another 2 portions tonight, and the kids will be having some, but hopefully it should turn out nicely. Yeah. Chicken has just come out, and chop it up. I made 1, 2, 3, 4. I've made 6 adult-sized meals, 1 for the kids to split between them for lunch tomorrow, and then they also have got a smaller portion already that they're eating right now. So I think this is fantastic. It's really healthy, quick, simple, easy. It's going to save me so much time. Can't wait to tuck in.